Hello there. I recorded the last set of episodes last week and I have still not edited them. And here we are the following week recording the episode for round 20. Yep, we are that far behind, but we'll catch up. We'll catch up so you see a whole set of videos from two different sessions. This one a very much shorter session than the last time. Last time obviously covered like 3 or 4 rounds. So we got just one comment since I recorded the last one. Just a bunch of Giants logos. Cheers, mate, you reminded me. Sydney Swans, you just made a list. Bloody 35 points up and losing like that. Bloody ridiculous. Giants had a 9-goal third quarter, but unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It's also hindered the Hawks' chances of making the 8, which annoys me. City on the list 35 times. I've got to be quiet. New neighbours, plus it's 2 a.m. So we gotta chill, we gotta relax, we gotta take deep breaths. In, out. In, out. Will anyone else make the list? Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide. The Adelaide Crows are a much better team this season. I mean, it's not even close. So maybe the scoreline is telling of that. But to lose to your rivals like that, no matter how good they are, it is pretty damn pathetic. You cannot accept a 98-point loss to your derby rivals. Now that is an embarrassment. You cannot let that happen. Like, I'm letting North Melbourne off because they're North Melbourne. And because Geelong are just Geelong and they tend to score quite a few high scores. So I'm letting North Melbourne off. And as a Hawthorn fan, I don't want to let North Melbourne off. I'd rather put them on the list. But I'm going to let them off because I feel sorry for them. It's out of pity. But Port Adelaide will get no pity. Not from me. Especially to the Crows. To the Crows. Bloody ridiculous. They're on the list 98 times. Stupid idiots. Richmond, you expect them to lose anyway. Same with West Coast. Brisbane could get on the list, you know. Losing by that much to a team they always beat. Yeah, you know what? Considering how good Brisbane are, they just made the list. Just a once, but they're on the list. And definitely Melbourne. St Kilda broke the record for a comeback from three-quarter time. Melbourne was so far ahead. They looked clear. It looked like game over. Somehow, St Kilda won. Somehow, from a margin that far back, somehow St Kilda won that game. And I don't understand what Melbourne were doing, choking that hard. I swear down, if we lose to Melbourne round 23, oh my days, will I have problems. Oh my days. Please no. Please, that would be an embarrassment. The Saints won it, I believe, after the siren. I didn't watch the game, but I heard it was crazy. It was a crazy last 60, 70 seconds as well, I heard. But Melbourne was so far clear at three-quarter time. The fact they lost that, they should be on the list more times than Port Adelaide. We'll add on the 2 numbers, 186 times, Melbourne. And that is it for the teams. I'm sure there won't be any person getting on the list 186 times. So I think there might not be any people in the top 3. Although third place is Sydney on 35, so watch yourselves. Watch yourselves. So we just got the one Giants comment here, so that's fine. But we got comments on this channel. Ooh, what shall we find? What could we see? These are just comments about moving home. If you're not seeing it, there's a vlog of me moving home. Hawthorn by 66. All right, here we go. I look forward to Ethan's predictions. Yes. That was a very serious, non-sarcastic comment. Hawthorn by 66. We'll take it. Bulldogs by 84. Pretty close. Sydney by 4. Sydney by 4. Because it could be game of the round. Giants has lost the last 5 against Sydney. Sydney. English, please. That sentence makes no sense. Giants has lost the last 5 against Sydney. Sydney. It's charging towards finals, I believe. What on earth? Where's the full stops? Where's the comma? Also, Sydney it's. He means Sydney is. Bloomin' heck. Ethan's on the list already. So we're gonna say 4 times for Sydney, because I remember in the stream he was also so confident Sydney would win. The Giants were coming back 35 points down. They brought it down to 2 points, and Ethan was still saying in the chat, Sydney's ones are still winning. I'm still very confident. They just lost 33 points, mate, and then obviously the Giants blitzed them after that. I'm just like, yeah, you should have seen it coming. You should have seen it coming. Guess what? He also, I definitely know he tipped Port Adelaide as well. Every week he tips against the Adelaide Crows. Gets it wrong every time. What are we doing here? Anyway, 4 times, just for the Sydney part, all right? For all that grammar there, another 3 times. So that's 7 times now. Okay, so lost the last 5 against Sydney. Sydney, it's charging towards finals, I believe. Lions by 8, because Gold Coast looked like a bunch of teenagers last week against Adelaide. They are not contenders. Literally, last week, the same guy said Gold Coast are going to beat Adelaide because they smashed Collingwood. They didn't even smash Collingwood. They survived Collingwood by a few points for a start. They almost choked a big lead, and they kind of did, but they still won the game. But he was like, oh, Gold Coast are going to beat Adelaide? Oh, yes, just because they smashed Collingwood when they literally didn't. Now, all of a sudden, he's changed his tune because Gold Coast couldn't beat Adelaide. Now he's angry at Gold Coast because they can't beat Adelaide, who he clearly hates, obviously, which makes sense. He's a Port Adelaide fan. Of course he would hate Adelaide, but he hates Adelaide so much that he can't see they're a good team. So he keeps tipping against Adelaide, and when a team can't beat Adelaide, like almost every week, he's angry at that team now. So now he's just like, they looked like a bunch of teenagers last week, but I thought they smashed Collingwood, mates. I thought they smashed Collingwood. Bloody hell, and then they flip and smash Brisbane like that. Nothing beats the time when he said Richmond would beat Adelaide because of the MCG in 2025. This was literally like 3 weeks ago. Okay, another 3 times for that. I've had enough of these crazy tips, these crazy predictions, and the grammar doesn't help. The grammar doesn't help. Okay, Fremantle by 75. You see, nice and simple, nice, concise, straight to the point. Pretty good. Power by 7. First of all, you missed some tips. Power by 7. Power by 7. By 7. By 7. A moment of silence for one of the worst prediction comments I've seen all season. Port Adelaide by 7. Power by 7. Maybe if you had the Port Adelaide Sandford team play, they might do something better. Because the A4 team ain't doing it, mate. Hinkley could upset Adelaide because it is his final showdown. Every week, this guy has an excuse that Adelaide will lose, and they just don't lose. What happened to the tip is more important than the game? That's what he said last year. I hate to bring this up, but it's so true. I've just been proven right. Last year, he's a Port Adelaide fan. Last year, Port was smashing Geelong at GMHBA, and he was upset, even as a Port fan, because he tipped Geelong. And he's just like, oh, but the tip is more important than who wins. You should know this, Davidoff. In Australia, we love our tips. The tip is more important than who wins. But he's completely contradicted all of that now by tipping against Adelaide every week. Every week he tips against Adelaide and he has an excuse for it. Against Richmond, it was the MCG. What are Richmond doing right now? Are they the 2017 to 2020 team? Clearly not. Flippin' heck. Adelaide will lose to Richmond because of the MCG. Gold Coast will beat Adelaide away because they smashed Collingwood. Hinkley could upset Adelaide because it is his final showdown. Who are Adelaide playing next week? Who are they playing next week? Oh, they're playing us. They're playing us. Yeah, he's definitely going to support Hawthorn, which I'm not. I completely welcome that as a Hawks fan. But my days, these predictions are very painful to read. So that's another 5 times. That's another 5 times. So not quite as many times as Port Adelaide's, as Sydney Swans, I mean, on 35. But you missed this game. You missed this game. That's another 5. What about these 2 games? Man's just not tipped. Man's not tipped anything. What's going on? That's another 10. You cut it close. 30 times. You're still early 4th. You're still early 4th, considering you missed some tips as well. You're lucky it's early 30. Just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. Oh my days.
You just made the list! 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 You just made the list!